Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. I hope you guys can hear me. It's a weird energy, as I'm like trying to speak of number 15 here. I can see all types of energies, coming against me. But I'll speak out this message. So, hi to you all. Into this new series here, as I'm not flame paradigm or journey like people make it to be online anymore. I'm completely out of it. In a sense, I've become the runner from my masculine, like somebody running away for their lives. That would be me at this point here. That energy. Anyway, let me try to explain. I'm trying to make something of the energy because I believe that there's no snapping out of a twin flame situation or a journey. It's just that the journey continues, in a different form. And I think that there is supposed to happen along the way. You're not going to remain the same, otherwise, you wouldn't have experienced that thing. So, into seeing the reality of my masculine, the stuff I've seen, I do not like about him, and into that growth, it's just a feeling like growing to the point. It came naturally. It's like back then it used to be a fight to resist him, but the moment I felt like I was fed up, that came very naturally. No tears and anything really. Just like, okay, this is it. What he's doing to me, I do not like. Now speaking of number 15, that's the thing that I really do not like. If you would see in my setting only a candle. You will never really see anything else because that's who I am. I only believe in the light, quite frankly. Can't wait to see the light. And speaking of this light here, is not no devil light, it's an infrared light that I used for my knee. And I love it to channel in winter, I figured out. So don't get it twisted. I am about that light. The first thing that my DM is attesting to by not being in my life is that he does not like the light. And it took me years to understand that, even as a psychic, sometimes it's not that your energy is bad, it's because you got light within you, and the wrong type of people can't mess with you. Is that familiar to you, anyone? Somebody who likes you, but they're like, oh, I can't come too close to you, or they will have a good time with you, and then they'll disappear again. That's why your masculine doesn't approach you, especially if you're sure of which polarity you're like gravitating towards. Now, the spirit of the divine masculine. If you're one of the good guys and you happen to come here, yeah, to be here, you may be very close to the feminine energy. Though I don't believe in the exchange. You're a man, you stay in the masculine energy, but for a second you might be a feminine. If so, Haiti, if so, consider it a blessing to be in the feminine energy. Some people will get mad at me. I don't care. Really, under this infrared light here, I don't care about what you have to say. My blood is boiling as a water sign. Imagine that. I'm doing great. I don't care. This world here is a man's world, which is why it is messed up to this extent. And if you never believed anything in your life, you better believe this. Mind you, we're the weak gender. We never had any saying. Shout out to you, my Jewish people. Jewish women can't even like open up the books to start reading about God, quite frankly. So, what world? Our world? We can only vote like since what, 60, 70 years at most, mind you. So, what are you talking about? This one here is a man's world. Check this out, my loves. In kindergarten and them, what do you really see men working there? There's a reason for that. How somebody knows the mind of the masculine, believe me. And if you never knew me, I know now. And if you look at your masculine, for a lot of you, you would have seen the stuff about him. Praise the Lord, we're not masculines. Otherwise, we would have lived this reality just like them. But me, I find like comfort in thinking that I don't have it in me to press on the weak, if you know what I mean, because that's what they're doing. They doom you or us, some woman, the weak gender. They think because their brains is bigger, it means more intelligence. I'm telling you, just like how a woman or a little girl acquires, language and things like this, I know that women are more intelligent than men. In a form, they are. So, maybe I'm lying to myself, but me, I always saw it as, stuff do not need space. If it can be contained in a smaller environment, maybe that means that my brain is more efficient than yours. You ever, investigated that? Is how I feel. Some people will take offense with myself, and I don't respect the masculine's, entity, meaning in each and every man. Each and every man to me is the same flaws, is the same devil. And I can prove that to you. The devil in your masculine is the same like mine. Most likely, there is somebody who is not you. That comparison, thinking you have one mother, only one, but you can entertain all the women you can. And this thing they call hypocrisy, oh, that's a man's like playground. They will F up any woman they meet on the way, but you can't touch their daughters if you feel me. You're a fool. Just that thinking you are a fool. Let me tell you what's going to happen to you into this thing called karma. You're a player, yeah? Your daughter will never be happy in love. Hello. She will meet people just like you. So, what are you speaking about? And it goes on and on. Sexuality is the energy where the Almighty will always check men, and He created them like that. That's how I feel myself. If you're a man, you're telling me you're psychic, I will check you 100 times more than a woman, because I know you cannot control your sacral energy. So, what are you talking about? What are you going to feel that is not coming from your DICK, quite frankly? A little bit like that. Don't make excuses for these guys. The reality they show you is what it is. Sugarcoating this thing, putting makeup on that thing, is not going to change anything. You have this thing and it's real. You have like free will, and it like allows you to pick between right and wrong in each and every step you make. Me, I count it in seconds, quite frankly, if I'm not sleeping. There is always a choice, and you'll see it even in these cards with me. Your masculine, with his free will, decided that the goods, that the negative, the so-called devil has got to give, is the things he like. Me, I like to sit home with my Lord to do spiritual things. He likes it otherwise. I will tell you, materialism, jewelry, clothes, tattoos I have to include because there is such thing as the mark of the beast. Sorry to upset anybody. Me, if I see you, I know if you have been marked or not. You flash it, quite frankly. Tattoos, sleeping, the karmic that he's introducing to me. He pretends to be a believer, he's really not. He likes to shine, always like, wanting attention, acts like a lunatic. And me, I'm looking at this lunatic and I'm like, oh my Lord, this one here is mine, really. Out of all the men in the world, this is the spirit that you have coupled me with. And when you know yourself, you're going to see that something ain't right about this kind of situations. Like, what is this odd couple? My guy, he's an idiot from I don't know where. Even Mars is not far away enough for him. He's an idiot. There is no intellect in that guy. So me, I'm even surprised. Like, what is union going to consist of, if you know what I mean, with the idiot that is on top of that in negative energy? I'm amazed, but I have to trust the Almighty. One day you're going to figure out that this guy is not for no reason. I call that card, the MF. Oh yeah, yeah, your divine masculine, the king of wands. He is the MFer, and he will burn you because that's what he does. So don't be afraid or don't, doubt yourself. Like, why don't I trust him? It was his doing. Somebody can be your child and steal from you. It's the same idea here. Like a kid, you cannot get rid of something that belongs to you and that you're going to have to love despite like everything. That's the twin flame journey for you. And I named this part one because describing the devil in our masculine it will take a lot of time. But into this free thing here is a lot like that. And I get asked as a psychic, like, what are they doing with the karmic? Really, girls? Me, I see it in very easy terms. This thing they call, excuse my French, but fucking and licking. That's what my DM is doing to all of these women that he spends time with. This is all. Mind you, he's not even that intelligent, so I know there is not a lot of talking. And that they're 11 as I'm saying this here on my side, so I know I'm speaking the truth. What I meant to say, me at least I don't lie to myself. I don't have that comfort behind these cards into being a high priestess because when he does those things, sometimes I can even feel it. And me as a psychic, I'm like, what was this time better than, all the times you effed her? Or are you getting her pregnant? Sometimes I'd be getting this feeling. So imagine me, I'm seeing the reality in my masculine. He's a disgusting spirit. And I have to find like solace in the fact that I'm here to save this MF's soul, quite frankly, is all that it is. Saving you without saving you, really. You belong to me, I belong to you, sure. But I am more than you. For me, I am more than this like duo from hell and in heaven, if you know what I mean. You're just half of me, meaning at least I got my part to hold on to, and this is how I'm seeing it. Before I touch these cards here, last but not least, here you have to know the spirit of a true divine masculine. I will tell you because me, I've seen it, very, very jealous. Meaning he can go and impregnate, the whole world, literally, with this his sack of, what, believe me. And you gotta stay home waiting for your time if you feel me. Is madness, but me, I know it's orchestrated. Even when you look at it like physically, it's exactly what it is. But him, he cannot be a savage damn near. Like, you have that potential doesn't mean that you have to go for it. You can do it, but doesn't mean that you have to go for it. And you have to accept your part, but not this year too long to explain your real part. Like, boy, this is half of my life, half of my world, half of my universe too, and I'm not sharing it with a lunatic like you. Now it's our turn to govern, quite frankly, and this is really what's happening into this thing we call twin flame on YouTube. So the true what you call it, spirit of your masculine, something that will make you want to vomit. I have to speak the truth, is exactly who he is. The spirit that kept you home, people rejecting you, men not loving you while he was there, like being held warm in somebody's arms. It was his energy, that jealous type. Check a man out. For them, they can cheat on you however they like. It's like forgive me each and every time. But try that, SHIT one time with them to see their reaction. They cannot deal with it. And in spirit, they're just the same. Just the same, feeding off of your energy. You know what they call energy vampirism. This is exactly what they do. They harvest your energy, and me, I know of it. All the blessings that my masculine has been having is actually me who has blessed him. And you know what he has given me in return? Absolutely nothing. So me, I'm taking my energy back. I know of him and life throughout this thing called union. It's a little bit like how does the positive get to at least coexist beside the negative, my loves. When it comes down to it, that's exactly what this journey is made of. A little bit like that. So let's see what the cards have got to say. To be continued, this one inspiration here, because I feel again there's so much to say. So me on Mondays from now on these small inspirations here, and right after that you'll get a chance to check on your lover's situation, twin flames and lovers on Mondays. You see that? I hide behind material things. Yeah, because the material world is actually your world. Even your organs being out of you shows me that, quite frankly. You can see the stuff, literally. Is normal your focus would be like that. Ours is innerly, is something that's more hidden or mystical. Absolutely. The devil hiding behind material things, he loves it, the whole 9 yards. What you call it, do they say, yeah, BBL? Sorry, you girls not about that life, I'm good. BBLs and eyelashes and fake hair and fake nails, and them you would think is for women, really. Yeah, I don't need this stuff for my lord. It's men who like this stuff. It's men who like these things, which is why women are giving into it, in some form, but not really. It's a little deeper than that. But yeah, divine masculines love the life. And spirit granted them that just to test them, like how far they would go. They would take it all the way. You know what I'm seeing here? Make sure to remember the details of this journey. I'm sorry, it's the energy I'm feeling. Like, what day are you talking about? Even union is not really a day. And with you, I have to be careful because it may be a day and then I'll regret that day. It's not about that. It's regret. I mean, remember every detail in some form you do. Because the craziest part is when somebody hurts you and all they have to do then is knock at your door, and then everything that they have done is like out of the picture. It's not going to solve this kind of problems here for you. To me, to the contrary, I think, in union, this kind of discussions, they have to be like, what really happened in me. I need him to tell me how he lived this thing on the other side, because mine is recorded since like a little bit more than a year and a half. This is the one I know. I hope that you can forgive me one day. Oh, you see this one here? Remember every detail? Yeah, I remember every detail. Is going to be a problem with me. And he may hide behind material things, but with material, he can't do anything for me. I'll speak. Like when somebody you love is sick, on top of being a hippie, on top of being a spiritualist, money has no value to you. My guy, he has a lot of it. He cannot heal this thing that I'm dealing with, into somebody else. He can't. So money, what? You see these flowers here? They look dry as hell too. Flowers, what? This is not going to help you. So into this forgiveness here, let the Lord Almighty help you. The good side of the Lord is the only thing that could open up my heart to this guy again. And to tell you the truth, yeah, for the ones who've come here on a true trip, on a true energy, it will never be like before, which is the whole sense of the journey. I'll give you an analogy. Before I started driving as a kid, when I used to go on rides, I could sleep. Just fall asleep like everything is a-okay until I started driving. Now I cannot sleep in the car. Every time you turn the car, I'm checking, on the sides to be like, okay, it's safe for us to just change lanes. That growth. I can't sleep in the car anymore. I will not be able to trust you fully anymore, masculine. They always be like a reserve for myself, mind you, half of the world. Yeah, I'm keeping my half now. My half you cannot penetrate anymore, literally. And this here is my marked card. First card I saw. I know it. I'm telling you, I have memory. If my card started being marked, it'd be a problem here, which is why even after years of using, they all flatten everything, the marked card. I look for you everywhere. If you've come here you're a spirit around your DM. You would think I'm behind my screen, just like, being animated for nothing. I'm just sharing an energy with you. The truth is, you can feel my spirit and time to know yourself. I have a hell of a spirit. I feel sorry for the guy, especially when I'm in my power. And to me, that's the only thing he will feel. I'm his favorite spirit, like a damn shadow unto him, like, boy, get your act together. Come to the light. I hid who I really am from you. And you hide behind material things too. Is because you got that negative energy inside and you can disguise it really well. But the truth is, you can, especially with your feminine, because the illusion will be so perfect, masculine, that you're going to give her the worst in you. In other terms, she would know the truth about you, and there is nothing you can do about that. This here is history. Because if you're resonating with me, you have seen the devil in your masculine's eyes. Give him this nut today. You remember the times where he felt like you weren't even worthy of talking to him or me? Now I'm in that energy. You're not worthy of talking to me. Not today. I don't want you anymore because of that thing that I've seen inside of you. You will change. But at least I have to make sure that I've seen this thing and why, photograph like you think I'm lying to you. I've seen the truth about you. The real you. That picture of you is like, you'd be a fool to even try to forget. You have to live with it, is all I can tell you. It's like the good, the bad, the ugly. And I can see that a little bit into this card here. The ugly truth, shout out to Kanye West. I love that song from him. The good, the bad, the ugly about him. And you're going to have, this year, just give it time to heal. I know, I'm exactly there. It needs time, takes time, in time, cycles, my loves. Time to heal and progress. Yeah, I wonder about the trust. Do you know what it would take? Oh, this year, this guy, he has to mesmerize me. Do you know what it would take for me to trust him again? Maybe it's doable, but if so, my mind cannot fathom it. Quite frankly, imagine that, for like somebody who's like a visionary. I don't know how he would do it. He would chase me, is what I don't know. He cannot lie to me. He cannot hide from me. Like, really, my loves, just know that about yourself. And if you have no doubts, come here to me. I got you, my loves. He cannot lie to me. And if you resonate here, he cannot lie to you. You got a doubt? Call me, please. Please. Yeah, that mirroring each other is very real. I hope he picked it up, otherwise it means that he's not my masculine, because, yeah, I was a mess, and whatever it is, this energy that my DM was like throwing at me, yeah, and through that true introspective, energy, yes, my loves, it helped me grow. That I will always grant him. But the problem is that he plays too many games. And as a psychic, I can tell you they even play games in spirit. Like, really? It's because of who they are. It's the essence, You have to see it in these terms, like something has got to split itself to know itself. So you got feminine and masculine, positive, and negative energy. Meaning, what I am, I know my guy is not. Is not. In the physical, in our build, we resemble twins, like skin tone and things like this a little bit, but the inside, my lord, we couldn't be more different. The problem is this energy in him. He likes to play games, yeah. And me, if it's not like a game of cards or a game with kids, I'm not playing. And if you think I'm joking, the message here is saying to me he thinks it's a game, that you cannot, lay this thing here to rest. Oh, you crazy as hell, my brother. You're crazy as hell. You're not my God. You're not myself. You're not my mother. You're not my nephews. I mean, really, I have greater love than you, is what he does not know. This thing will feel like an addiction. It's very true. But you know what? That addiction is there in the both of you. And sure, even an addiction, even a spiritual addiction, you can recover from, believe me. Anyway, it's your only choice. Otherwise, you're going to be literally absorbed, absorbed by this golden mirror here. You'll keep looking into it in your masculine's eyes, in the devil's eyes, my love, in this one sided relationship where somebody can pull you out, pull you back in, just by love bombing you, whether in the flesh or in the spirit. Anyway, into that energy, if I were you, I would be careful, because this world, the material world, is his world. He will be left, with many options. These unconventional strings that he'll try to have. These one night stands. It says it here. He will have options to always be tested when it comes to you. And I'm telling you, if he doesn't feel like you can put this thing in the coffin, he will always like exercise this kind of options here on you. Period. Myself, I know I have to move on from this because I'm not an option. And the sunglasses is all I can do. Filter like MF or like anything he's throwing at me to be continued, like the mind of steel that the divine masculine can give to you. Put the sunglasses on, I am telling you, because some of the stuff you'll experience would shock you, and you need like a backbone or a protection to yourself. Like, boy, I'm telling you now, this one place you cannot enter there anymore. You like to hurt me. You've proven that many of times in spirit through many of forms, because the guys you meet before him, they're actually the spirit of your masculine too, which is why the twin flame like meeting is a shock like that. You feel like you've met him before, because he's been there sabotaging your love life for your lifelong time. That's what he does in the negative. You better get your sunglasses on and put them on to be like, I'm not faced by your shit. And the stuff somebody can hold on to, this thing here, cassette, you'll see, especially if you're dealing with the Scorpio. I just did the masculine energy. Somebody is stuck here replaying the same, broken record over and over again. I'm telling you, whatever you have experienced with your DM in the past is outdated, what you call it, energetically. And the journey should have shown you that you will not love him the same way, neither will he. And into this sleep here, I can tell you, back then or even today, you're not loving him the right way, according to spirit, your spirit, which is why he's not with you. These karmic relationships, yeah. That's how your DM will reveal himself to you. And quite frankly, the karmic energy is the real deal. It's this thing here that will make you have a mind of steel. So let's wrap up this reading. It's not one, actually. It's more inspirations now, because I'm not checking on him. He's with the karmic. That's what I know. They're effing and essing and elling. That's all I know. I don't need to know more. I'm 40 years old. What else you do with her, please? To me, the situation has changed as I'm like, trying to share this new energy with you. And believe me, in a way that I'm making it work for myself. It's not changing for worse. I'm not cutting off my heart. I'm not hating people and men. Me, I know men is very different. I'm a spiritualist. I can see two people, spirit, a female spirit is a little bit, better quality than masculine spirit. They're crazy as hell. So the change is for better. It's not like somebody locking their heart or anything. To the contrary, now I want to live my life. And I feel like, that human sacrifice, like me, I was really faithful to the energy. It's a little bit like it was a sin, quite frankly. No man, no person in life deserved this kind of sacrifice. So if any change for the better, like let me live again. I'm telling you, I felt like into this coffin here, I felt like released. delivered when I cut the cord with my masculine. It's amazing what I'm seeing. She does not want you anymore with coughing, sunglasses on, shades on for you. And like this cassette here, like, boy, you're about to be left in the past because you deal with karmic energies. This here, the true change is that somebody is seeing the fact that you don't have to be together anymore. Very true. Very true. Yeah, really, people coming to that point in time, like, DM or not. Yeah. It's funny when it comes to responsibility in my life. So all I have is myself. Yeah, I may as well start living for myself, quite frankly, and let go of you. Imagine that. I'm not lying to me. I'm done with the guy, but it's done without being done. Me, he can still teach me from afar. That I take in. But the whole madness is the thing I'm done with. If you're not with me, you're still in that bad energy to me, and I have to respect that. Especially the karmic thing. Hey, my lord, this year it can get through somebody, but again, I'm a believer. When I see it, I catch myself into the sunglasses here to be like, Spirit, I know exactly what kind of games you're playing on me. I'm trying to tell you that I'm worthy and you're doing everything to make my confidence go down. But the problem behind these cards here, I cannot let that happen. Otherwise, this year is done for me. She can't take anything from me. But with the karmic, that MF is really trying me. And I'm greater than him because this girl here, no ill will towards her. But my DM, he's going to pay for this BS here. Like, think I'm joking with you. In a form, he will be. And from a pacifist, if you know what I mean. I wouldn't even hurt a fly. But him, one way I will have to redraw. And Spirit is saying to me, it's liking this thing that I'm speaking, like, instead of going down in the twin flame journey, we have to grow from it. It's the only way into that strength. Oh, yeah. If you are here with me for no reason, yeah, you're a strong MF, is what you don't know about yourself. And what you don't know, too, is that you deserve to be happy, just like me. The true advice here, if you can resonate with this and feel like nobody's BSing you, my DM, your DM, her DM, they all have the same essence, the same spirit. They're crazy as hell and they have the devil in them. The only thing you can do for the moment, if you can resonate with this, is create space between the two of you. The love will remain, but this here become a spiritual bait to the MF. Exactly, to that card soul journey. And I have to stop cursing him. It's not that deep anymore. It's just funny. Yeah, as I'm saying that to you, it's just becoming funny. You know what, my love, you're not triggering me anymore. And next thing, how I'll prove it to you. Imagine you're not my MF anymore. Amazing. I can see this group around me is the same energy for you. I know it's the truth. Spirit saying to me, it's exactly what's happening. People aligning their lives to the true them. When Spirit is like, I'm pretty sure up there, be like, oh, finally, I sent all that hurt, your way. You wouldn't give up. Like, finally. I know Spirit is talking, is saying that to me, like, girl, finally you let go. You were like a pit bull, holding on to something. I'm telling you. And Spirit saying to me, I'm not the only one, quite frankly. Sisterhood of the rose is the feminine that is like this. It's time to let go collectively, my loves. I'm trying to realize that this life here, love shows it, but world is totally upside down because it's a man's world, and we are waking up collectively. Otherwise, we're doomed if we let these guys with DICKs again run this SHIT here. Think I'm playing. I'm being called to journey away from him. You know why though? Because I know the guy is going to meet me on the other side. Me, I'm living for this pacifist type of revenge here. And this one here is my spirit speaking from the infrared light and all. Otherwise, I wouldn't even say this. I'm giving you up because I know you're going to chase me. And spirit is saying in my heart, yeah. Spirit wants me to say something. I've said it once only. And spirit saying to me, do it. You know, the truth is, in spirit, I love this guy. I love the devil. Like, really, Lord, like, really, really, don't kill me. It's what he's saying to me. I'm in love with the devil. Like, really. A friendly spirit at that, I'm telling you. This here. You know, it's cutting my breath. Like, I'm a believer, my loves. I can't, you know. Oh. And it says it here to me like imagine a friendly spirit, but that's exactly what's happening. That love is real. I can't. To be continued, my love, but my loves, but obviously we're in love with the devil loves. If you're resonating with me, it's exactly what's going on. I will catch you guys another time. I hope that you have enjoyed this reading. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Take care of yourselves, stay healthy, and I shall see you soon. Bye bye. Oh, this one here, I hate it, but in some form, it's the truth. Like, really, I don't know how we make peace. But me, I want a life without him. And I will check the card under the damn lovers. I'm done. Oh. I understand why he would be in love with the light. What? Who wouldn't be? If you pay attention, you figure that out here. Me, I never had an ex who never wanted me back. If you think I'm joking with you, it's that friendly energy. I know why he would be attracted to the light. All I have for you is comfort and loving. But the truth is, what do you have for me? You know, this madness here on me, I'm amazed, you know, but this is the journey, my loves. It's about that equilibrium, by the way. This here is a dual sign. This here is a dual sign. And into these air signs, don't even try to understand it. It's just a matter of balance. So, hi, Teas. How are you, my sweets, today? I'm going to keep it here because, you know, this energy I can feel. I'll see